makes people happy. Now, there are about 15 of you, and I'm pretty sure I would get 15 different answers. The one thing that I found to be almost universally true is that massages do make people feel better. And that's where Zen ability comes in. Now, we all can think about the happy place, but let's think on the flip side of the coin. A lot of times we feel down, we feel tired, we might get injured. That leads to other things. We get less productive, people get unhappy with us, we feel even worse, right? That's the customer side. Now, on the other side, we have therapists. Most of therapists get 1, 2, maybe 3 massages a day, mostly at night, and most of their time is spent seeking to expand, for the opportunities to expand their businesses. So that's a huge loss on both sides of the market. It leads to missed opportunities, lower productivity, and lower satisfaction with their lives. With Zen ability, we are trying to change that and bridge that gap. And the way we are doing it is we are trying to drop the prices to the level where the volume, the sheer volume of massages that people will get will compensate for any money that could have potentially been lost through lower prices. This will allow people to get more massages, feel better, be more productive, make other people happy, and together we make a happy world. Therapists get more work, they work more, but they get more money, they get more experience. Again, they get the word out about their business. Our product will be pretty streamlined. We will pre-screen the therapists to make sure that the quality is up to par. We will provide an easy web and mobile application to allow for easy booking, and massages are delivered to you within an hour. Our revenue model is pretty simple. It's transaction-based. We charge $60 an hour, $50 goes to the therapist, $10 goes to us. Market. The overall market is $16 billion in US alone in 2017, I believe. But we're going to start locally in LA, where we estimate about 1 million people who are getting massages, at least 1 massage a year. Most people who are getting massages actually get at least 1 or 2 massages a month. And with these numbers, we arrived at about 24 million a year, assuming we charge $10, we keep $10 a massage for ourselves. Even if people get 1 massage a month, it's still $12 million a year. There are 2 major players in the market. They have very similar pricing, and they're in the $100 an hour price range, with our estimate being they have about maybe 5% of the market.
Okay, who goes first? Angie?
Sure.
Or
Yeah, a couple things. One thing that stood out with me, actually, was in the slide or 2 before this, was that you showed 1 million people in LA get massages, and then you showed $24 million in revenue. That's assuming you got every single person to get a massage, right? Or actually more than that. 2 massages a month or whatever it is, $24 million. That's basically 100% of the market.
Right, that's the market that we're going after. I didn't say that that's
Right. But you said $24 million a year at $10. If I'm doing the math wrong, maybe I'm. It seems to me like you're assuming 100% of the market's going to use it. So it's really not 24 million a year, as if you got 1 million people in LA, right? So that's all of them.
right.
Right. Okay. So the other thing too is, again, I wanted to hear about your background earlier on, like, and how you came into this. Like, I understood what the product was early. Like to know a little bit about what made you do this, or like, sort of like, and it goes for everybody, just really qualifying yourself into what the product is, who you are, how you came about it, and then you go into the problem and the solution. There's a formula that they give you, right?
That was supposed to be done on the first slide.
Yeah. But yeah, I think you were projecting very well. I think you were confident in what you were saying. I think there's a few things to tighten up, and definitely look at your revenue model and get your numbers really squared away, because an investor looking at this is going to say, well, you're crazy if you think you're going to get 100% of the market in LA and $24 million a year. Like, there's got to be some other formulas. You're going to have to do the math as far as getting a percentage of the market or whatever, but it's not 100%. It's definitely not going to happen. So, and you have competitors already out there doing these things, and so what's different from you besides charging $50? Is it, are you doing something different? Do they not have an app? Like maybe there's a chart or a grid that you can display to show like how you are actually different and what the demand is, you know, of how you think you're going to grasp that market and go to market with that. So.
I think you need to really tighten up the front of it. Like you talked a lot about like people are stressed and massages make them happy, and like your backstory took probably 20 or 30 seconds, and just you know.
Just so you know, the whole problem took a minute.
Yeah, there you go.
I just go ahead, Angela. I just wanted to add that for you.
So yeah, you didn't get to the meat of things, and you know, I mean, I ran the marathon yesterday, and I love massages.
Right.
So I was your target audience, and I got lost. I was like, what's going on here?
Sure.
And then my other question, as somebody who was like, oh, okay, is your therapist. Like, I was a little bit confused until probably a minute and a half in that you were actually talking about the massage therapists that go to people's houses.
Mm-hmm.
Because of these 1 million people who get massages, like how many of them go and get them at a location?
Sure.
You know, because we are in LA where there's the $25 massages on every street corner. You know,
Sure.
So. You know, but obviously if they come to your house or come to your office, it's more convenient. So I really think you have to be much more clear on the details of exactly what you're talking about. You know, the traveling massage therapists who will come to your house or your office.
One more thing I wanted to add is I'd like to see how it works. Like if you can just even just like a 3-step process. One, you know, you go and you search for, or maybe these massage therapists are putting themselves out there. I don't know exactly how it works. So then you select somebody and then they accept or whatever the process is, and then an hour later they show up at your house. Like it would be nice to sort of see that workflow and that progression, and then it'd be like, okay, I get it now. You know, however that ends up being.
Sure.
Okay, I didn't have anything else to add.
All right. Good job.
No. Handsome man. Yeah. So long, short.
So